Hello there. So, let's get this message up and running. Let's see what we're going to get tonight. Waiting for a few people to go on board. And let's get this message about. Well, I got a text message from a friend of mine talking about, BBC One, check it out, Bitcoin right now. So, talking about Bitcoin right now, we just came on Panorama. I just wanted to discuss it, what people's views were that they just saw that video there. So right now, you just watched on BBC One, Panorama talking about Bitcoin and how they were showing about different people talking about this whole thing, about how's the whole thing about, the Bitcoin, if Bitcoin is real, if it's not real, and what's people's take on it. They were trying to scare people about, people are using it illegally, as if banks are not used illegally for transactions which are happening every day. So the big Panorama thing that, was on there, what's your take on it, people? Give me some feedback, what you think about that, because I just loved it, that, how the UBS guy was saying that, it's a bubble, it's not going to happen, cryptocurrency is not going to happen. I'm a big believer that it will happen, because I know where it's going future. Yes, there's been some hiccups and companies out there. When people talk about scams and people doing the wrong thing, there will be that. But it's no problem about that. But how powerful is Bitcoin? And where is it going? And there's so many cryptocurrencies out there which are much better, which are more new technology, because that's old technology, but there's new technology involved. So why are we talking about Panorama and what happened with that? So, I had people text me. I had banker, a friend of mine, he texted me. And I want people's interest in that. I want to know what they're talking about. They're talking about, about where illegal activities and the dark side. Well, don't banks get used every day for illegal activities and like transactions happening and fraud happening? Then they talked about terrorism and rubbish that, how terrorism uses this activity as well. Well, there's plenty of governments which fund terrorism and they pay it directly, but they make it they just give it that nice little smooth cream on top of it and just make it sound like it's normal. So whatever there's a good point, there's also bad points to anything. Mobile phones came out, and I'm sure thieves use mobile phones all the time. I'm sure people make a phone call for the correct usage and bad usage. You're gonna get that with any field, whatever it is. A car can be used to take you to work, and somebody can use it for car robbery. So the things are out there, the vehicles which are being used, just because they can't control it, because they love to control us. We like to be controlled. I'm not a control freak, but why should we be controlled about that? There's no need for it. So what's important is that what you got the message from Panorama today. You heard many different people with different opinions. They're opinions. But you know what? Bitcoin, maybe cryptocurrency, whichever one it is, it's here to stay. And it's not going to go anywhere. So people are accepting them. People are accepting them. These are banks and institutions speaking. Why did they not speak to Richard Branson or Jack Ma, Bill Gates? These are people who are billionaires as well. And they know about money. They've made money all their lives. They've got many businesses. And it's the power what they're bringing forward. And they are talking that cryptocurrency is the future. Just imagine, we're talking about banks here. Over 2 billion people worldwide in developing countries do not even have a bank account. And all you need to have cryptocurrency is a smart tablet or a phone. And everyone more or less has got a phone. Okay, even if you've got a car, you still got a phone. All right, you may not have a bank account, but you've definitely got a phone. And you've got a smartphone for nowadays. So the difference between watching and understanding about cryptocurrency is that you're going to be making payments. And a lot of people I'm talking to right now, they're taking part payments. So whether it's a full payment and, about that, you're going to have... And now, somebody I've got on here saying about OneCoin, but we all had the same thing there. They're getting investigated, and rightly so, because, I put money into that as well. So, we're all waiting and hoping that, we're going to get something out of that. But people, like any company or organization, they can just change at any time. They can just put the plug on anything and say to you, well, that's what we're doing. But we all try to move positively forward in the right way and have the right kind of intent ourselves to do that as well. So, I'm a big believer of Bitcoin mining. I do that as well myself, and Bitcoin, I love it. I know where the prices went, and people sent me loads of messages that it went so far. Now, of course, anything the media gets hold of and it puts it out there, it's going to have that impact. You put it out there, it's going to go, and it just went crazy, and the newspapers were on it, the radio station, everybody was talking about it. But then people, the Wolf of Wall Street was on, they were just showing that guy on Panorama, he thinks it's a bubble. Well, fair enough, let him think it's a bubble. But it's not just about him alone. Okay, for me, a business person, and who is, like I said to you before, is someone like Bill Gates or Richard Branson, and they're people who are saying that cryptocurrency is here to stay. It's going to help people in developing countries. I know that I know an accountant, and he said to me himself that when he made a payment in a developing country, it took a good 3 to 6 weeks for the payment to reach there. Then the next time he made a payment was via Bitcoin, and they received it within half an hour, whatever it was, they received it. And that's what it is. So, like I said, that poor lady, if she's lost that money, that's very sad. And for anyone to lose any money is very sad. And scammers, we have to be careful and do our due diligence. We should never be pressurized by anyone, because pressure is not the way forward, okay? If somebody's trying to pressure you, please don't fall for the pressure. You shouldn't be falling for the pressure, because it makes no sense. Okay, don't be pressurized by anyone. Make sure you do your due diligence, whatever you look at doing. Okay, and don't, please, like they said, just put the money that you can afford to lose. If you're remortgaging your house, you shouldn't be doing that. If you're taking money off your credit cards, you shouldn't be doing that. Try to put in what you can, and that's it. To go out there and just to remortgage your house and put everything online, no, you shouldn't do that. Not at all. You should not do that. You should only invest in what you possibly can. Okay, I am a firm believer on multi streams of income. You should do whatever you can. I've got myself involved in many different things, and I think that's very important. That you've got to keep trying and trying to make it happen. It's not just going to happen overnight, but you've just got to keep working at it. But this is the thing, I saw the Panorama thing, I can't wait for my phone, because I'm sure it's going to start going crazy in a little while. I'll be getting lots of messages and phone calls, and they're saying to me, yeah, but they said this. Well, yes, what do you expect them to? They're a bank. They make loads of money, and they showed that just now, when they showed that teddy bear and that penguin or whatever what it was. They're showing that, the banks make their money. Well, they won't make their money. They control our money. They control us. Where did you get that money? Or they'll question you about it. The woman who came on there, that they were selling an expensive apartment. How many millions was it? It was loads, and they're saying that their method of payment they prefer is Bitcoin. That's how powerful it is, because they don't control our money. The money's sitting in your bank, right? Bankers, all right, this all of Canary Wharf just down the road from here, Canary Wharf, and all these guys, these bankers do foreign exchange, okay? They are playing with your money all day long. So if you've got 20 grand sitting in your bank account, what is your £20,000 per year giving you? Nada. But they make money off your money every single day, and they rinse it out. So what do you get in return? Not even a drop in the ocean, a little drop, okay? And they make millions. Last time, what happened in 2008? Yeah, the banks, they decide that they want to ruin everybody's thing. They went out there, the whole stock markets have crashed. Yeah, the banks. Who bailed the banks out? The governments did. So come on, guys. Wake up, okay? It's a new era. Be involved, but only remember putting what you can afford to lose. Please understand that, okay? Don't go out there and start selling your gold and your watches and your jewelry and your cars. No, don't do that, okay? We do get a bit excited, but calm it down. Keep it real and you'll be fine. But what Panorama is saying right now, please make sure you read in between the lines, because they're sending mixed messages, and I was hearing the side of the story where what people were saying there. All right? So, no one wants to become a millionaire, all right? Even though people will become millionaires. But it's about being sensible how you can move forward in there. So please, please, please make sure that you understand what Panorama was saying. And they were saying about the illegal activities and about the good things as well, and how people you saw that there was a young guy who was 25. He's a millionaire, and if he lost 95% of his cryptocurrency value, his 5%, he'd still be comfortable. How many 25-year-olds can say that today, that they're comfortable? They can't even buy a house today. You tell me how many of our youngsters at the age of 25, they've got their degrees, they're going out to work, can they afford to buy a house in London right now? Hell no. Because how much money do you need to put your deposit down? It doesn't happen that easily. How is it going to work that you're going to do that? You have to think out the box. I've got two sons. One's age 20, the other one's 18. My son's going to come out of university when he comes out, and he's going to have a debt on his head. And how's he going to buy a house? How many years is it going to take him to pay his debt and have a mortgage to buy a property? So it's not going to happen overnight. So please don't let people scare you, and just look at the whole thing and do your due diligence into whatever it is. And don't get too excited, okay? Because please, only put in what you risk to lose. I wish that this message out there helped people and it gave you value, all right? Because that's what I'm here for. I'm a bit excited because I'm going to get phone calls. I'm going to have this discussion, and this thing's going to go on and on now because it's been on Panorama. So millions of people are watching about it, and they will have a divided opinion. And that's how life goes. Just make sure that you make the right decision and what suits you. I wish you all a great evening and good night.